Sometimes, keeping up with the ideas in our head can feel impossible. Or maybe you're someone who jots things down on 500 sticky notes across your desk. Keeping up with just keeping organized can sometimes feel impossible. That's why there's Google Keep. To get to Google Keep, simply go to keep.google.com. This will take you to your main Keep page. This is the page that you'll see all your notes on. Down the left-hand side, you can see that you can set reminders for notes, and also there'll be something called labels that we can get into. Similar to email, there's an archive button and also a trash button. So let's get started. When you're ready to take a note, simply click here where it says Take a Note. I'm going to title this one Hybrid To-Do List, since we are going back to school soon. And then I'm going to write down some notes. Now, because I want this to be a to-do list with checkboxes, I'm going to choose More, Show Checkboxes, and then I'm going to start putting my items in. I'm also going to learn how to type. Okay. Once I'm done with my list here, then I could give it a color if I want. And then I can also categorize it as school, since I might also keep some home tasks. So I'm going to go to the More and go down to Add Label. I'm going to type in school and create. And then you can see two things happened. One, I have a little bubble here that says school, so it's labeled as school. And the other thing that happened is on the left-hand side, I now have a little tab here for school. So when I close my note, if I go here and just click school, it would show only my school notes, which since I only have one note right now, it's not going to really show anything different. So let me take another note. This is going to be my grocery list, because after going back to work next week, I'm sure I'm going to need some groceries, like maybe some brownie mix. And then to offset that, how about some carrot sticks? Again, if I want, I can give it a color. And then I'm going to add a label, so More. I'm going to add a label, and this time I already have a label for school, but I want a new one called Home. So create label and close. Now you can see on my main notes page, I see all my notes. But over here, if I clicked Home, I'd see just my home notes, and School, I would see just my school notes. Now, if you want to up it a little bit more, you can also add an image to your notes, which can be really fun for your header. So if I go up here to create a new note, and then I do a new note with image, I can use something that I created and saved as a picture, and I'm going to just throw that image in, and that becomes like my header. And then again, I can just show checkboxes, or I could just type freely if I wanted to. But this might be if I'm making a unit on weather and I want to like jot down some ideas. I definitely want to book a tech coach to talk about Flipgrid. And I also want to book a tech coach to ask about a meteorologist. And the typing skills really shine through here. And then on this one, if I wanted to, I could add a collaborator. So if I had a teammate that I also wanted them to kind of be on here as well, I can add them on. And I could click Save, and this note will show up in that person's Keep as well, so they can see and edit it as well. We could work on it jointly. And again, I could add a label for this one and call it School and click Close. So again, when I go to my school, I see just my school stuff. When I go home, I see just my home stuff. And then in my notes, I can see all of it. I can also archive notes. I can trash them. There's lots of other things I can do as well. I can draw a little picture on a note if I wanted to. So if I was doing a new desk setup for hybrid round 2 or 3, I might want to do me here, and then I might want to give a good maybe 6 feet, maybe more, for all the rest of my students. And then if I just use my back arrow here, it's saved my little drawing, and I can scroll down and do my hybrid setup and label this for school and close it. And then it's all right there for me. When I click on my school tab, I see everything that I need to be looking at. I can also set a reminder for myself. So if I wanted to be reminded about this hybrid to-do list, say Monday morning, bright and early, if I click this first little button that says remind me, I can do, whoa, look at that, mind reader. Next week, Monday at 8 a.m. If it wasn't showing here, I would just choose pick a date and time. So I'm going to choose next week. And then that will add it as a little reminder to my calendar. So if I went to my calendar, I would see it show up as a reminder. There's lots of fun things that can be done with Keep. And if you're interested in taking a look at them and keeping up with staying organized in the new year, feel free to reach out to one of your tech coaches or computer support teachers about this great tool.